How to protect the corporate network from spyware. It used to be easy for network administrators to identify where corporate boundaries are. They were usually where the external and internal networks meet. Nowadays, how does one separate employees' smartphones from the corporate network when they are used for multi-factor authentication and reading work emails? There are a range of security policies for dealing with users' smartphones, from the most restrictive approach, no smartphone access allowed, to an open approach that allows personal phones to connect to the internal corporate network. You may have read about the Pegasus spyware in the news. The NSO Group's software exploits flaws in iOS, iPhones, to gain access to data on an unsuspecting target's phone. In the past, Pegasus infections were primarily achieved by sending a link to the victim's phone. When the target clicked on it, they would trigger an exploit that would allow attackers to gain root access to the phone. Once the spyware obtains root access, it can read messages on apps like iMessage, WhatsApp, Telegram, Gmail and others. Smartphones have done away with clearly defined borders between internal and external corporate networks and have become a target for threat actors. Furthermore, it doesn't take a large underground network with deep pockets to trick users into installing spyware by accidentally downloading malicious apps. No security system can block all malicious links and exploits, but we can take steps to reduce the risk to a manageable level. So how do we stop smartphones used by people to communicate with coworkers from becoming an attack vector to the corporate network? Create a policy that prohibits critical keys such as passwords, private certificates and access tokens being sent over email or phone messaging services. If a potential victim knows what to look for, like a suspicious link from an unknown sender, they will likely identify it as malicious and protect themselves and the corporate network. Make any one of the recent articles on the Pegasus spyware required reading to use their phone on the corporate network. Some recommend only allowing non-rooted or non-jailbroken phones access to the corporate network. Unfortunately, this doesn't help in most situations where spyware infects the phone, and could lead some users to believe their phones will keep them safe when they cannot. Users can still sideload apps onto their Android phones, but with sideloaded apps comes the possibility of spyware. Whether they are targeted with Pegasus spyware or mistakenly download a malicious app, you want users to identify their mistakes and bring problems up to the experts. We need to remember that not everyone has the security expertise to identify spyware on a phone. Using these methods will help close holes and create a clear and defined security gate between the corporate network and the outside world.